Hello everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to the first ever episode of the Borderlands 3 Beginner's Guide. This is a brand new series here on my channel, which is going to be mainly focusing on tutorials for any newer players to the game, as well as showing some really cool secrets and Easter eggs along the way. Now, the series is going to be aimed more towards newer players, but my goal is to teach at least everyone a little bit about the game, regardless of how long you've been playing. In this first video, I'm going to be going over how exactly to get started, what version of the game you should get, what Vault Hunter you should consider playing, and how to set up for the journey ahead. Real quick, before we get into all that, please consider going to check out my Twitch, where I stream Borderlands Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 to 10 PM Pacific Standard Time over at twitch.tv/therevlogs. As well as my Twitter, where I post daily updates for both Twitch and YouTube, so you can stay up to date on all things Borderlands. Also, if you'd like to see more videos like this coming each and every week, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get notified on all the new uploads. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so starting out, let's go ahead and talk about where you can actually go to purchase Borderlands 3 and what version of the game you should be interested in buying. When Borderlands 3 officially released back in September of 2019, the only option was going through the Epic Games Store, though luckily that got changed earlier this year, back in March, to the Steam Marketplace. All the versions of the game are still available for purchase on the Epic Games Store, but many people seem to just want to grab it off of Steam. Now, there are different versions of the game available for purchase as well if you're looking for any additional content. The standard edition comes just with the main game alone and starts at $60. Going one up from there is the deluxe edition, which includes the main game and bonus digital content such as the retro cosmetic pack and neon cosmetic pack to give all 4 of your Vault Hunters a brand new head, skin, echo theme, weapon skin, and trinket. They also added the Gearbox cosmetic pack on top of that, which includes another weapon skin and weapon trinket, all for $80. Moving one up from there, at the very top of the list, coming in at a whopping $100, is none other than the Super Deluxe Edition. This includes everything that comes with the regular Deluxe Edition, as well as including the Season Pass. In the Season Pass, you will get the most additional content to the game, and take on 4 campaign DLC add-ons. These add-ons are great and definitely add a lot to the main game, especially with all the new gear such as weapons, shields, class mods, artifacts, and grenades only found within the DLC. If you're interested in checking any of these out, I will leave a link down in the description for both the Epic Games Store and the Steam Marketplace, but personally I would go with the Super Deluxe Edition, especially if you want to get the most out of this game and enjoy all the new content Borderlands 3 has to offer. Now, moving on from there, when you finally picked what version of the game you'd like to get and have it downloaded, it is time to load it up and make one of the biggest decisions you can make. What Vault Hunter should you play? This right here is a huge choice because it will tailor how you play the game, so it's very important to choose the character that best fits your overall playstyle. Before we actually get into breaking down all 4 Vault Hunters, I do want to draw some attention towards some things newer players might not know. In Borderlands 3, you now have the chance to use one of 3 action skills of your choosing, as well as different action skill augments that will affect how your overall action skill works in-game. What I mean by this is instead of using only one action skill for each Vault Hunter like the past Borderlands games, every Vault Hunter has 3 action skills for you to choose from. You can swap these at any given time and it really changes how you play as that specific character. This applies to all the Vault Hunters in the game besides Zane. If you're playing as Zane, you will have the ability to use 2 action skills at the same time. But by doing this, you give up your ability to manually throw grenades, though there are certain skills that allow your drone and clone to use grenades for you. Now, in order to make this decision a bit easier, let's go ahead and break each Vault Hunter down so that you can choose the one that fits you best. Alright, so starting off we have Flak, aka the Beastmaster. This Vault Hunter is a wandering robot who always brings one of their 3 loyal pets in a battle to buff stats and attack enemies. Flak's action skill lets him send forth Dive Bombing Rack, teleport Gamma Burst irradiated pets through rifts, and even fade away to temporarily become invisible while moving faster and even regenerating health. Next up we have Amara, aka the Siren. This Vault Hunter is gifted with powerful siren abilities, is a renowned champion of the people, and a bona fide bad butt. Using her action skill, she can phase slam the ground to damage nearby enemies and knock them into the air. Phase grasp enemies in place with a giant ethereal fist, or even phase cast an astral projection of herself that deals damage to everything in its path. After that, we have Mose, aka the Gunner. This Vault Hunter is a battle-hardened former Vladov army soldier who specializes in mechanized combat. She uses an action skill to digistruct and climb into her bipedal tank, the Iron Bear, which has hardpoints suitable for mixing, matching, and mounting high-velocity railguns, rapid-firing miniguns, semi-automatic grenade launchers, flamethrowers, pneumatic fists, and homing rocket launchers. Last but not least, we have Zane, aka the Operative. This Vault Hunter was born into Pandora's notorious Flint family and is a semi-retired corporate hitman who always has a gadget up his sleeve. His action skills include a sentinel drone that flies around and attacks enemies with a machine gun, a deployable barrier shield, and a digiclone that simultaneously distracts enemies and dishes out damage, which Zane can teleport to switch places with. Now, we will go more in depth into these 4 Vault Hunters and how they work in a future video, but for now, I just wanted to provide a general breakdown in order to help you choose what Vault Hunter is best for you. Great, so now that you know what Vault Hunter you're going to choose, it is time to move forward. Once you got the game loaded up, make sure to check out the settings before jumping straight into it. Here is where you can manage the audio, subtitles, game quality, frame rate, field of view, and everything else. I would highly recommend setting all this up the way you like it beforehand so that you can be ready and won't have to worry about it later. Once you've got it all set up the way you like it, you're now ready to begin your journey. The only 2 options here are New Game and Load Character. Since we don't have any other character to load up, let's go ahead and select New Game. If you've got any of the DLC installed, the game will ask you right here if you want to start from the very beginning as in New Game, or if you want to start a specific DLC at level 13. Now, if this is your very first time playthrough, I would highly recommend just starting a brand new game so that you don't miss out on anything. Though this option is pretty useful on maybe your second time playthrough just to skip some of the story and get straight into the action. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and select New Game and continue on. The next screen is going to ask what difficulty you would like to play on. If you're newer to shooters in general, you might want to try easy at first, or if you're feeling comfortable, go straight to normal. This option can be changed later on in the gameplay settings from normal difficulty down to easy and vice versa. The game was meant to be played on normal, so we're just going to go ahead and select normal. The next screen is going to ask what kind of group mode you like to use. This option doesn't really matter if you're planning on just playing solo, but if you're wanting to play with friends, this will change the way multiplayer works. The first option is cooperation and adds instant loot to the game. This means that your teammates can't take your loot, and whatever loot you get from enemies or any other means will be unique to you. Not only that, but you can play with anyone on any level at any time. So like let's say you're level 25 and you've got a friend that's level 2, that friend can join your game and be able to survive. All the enemies and loot on your game will be your level and the same for them. The second option is competition, and this is the classic Borderlands rules, which basically means that nothing from the other mode will apply, so no loot instancing and no level balancing. Again, you can change this option at any given time by going to the main menu, selecting the gear icon on the top right corner by the player name, and using the drop down menu. But for this series, let's just go ahead and choose cooperation, which I personally think is the better choice. Now you are ready to set out and begin your journey throughout the Borderlands. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comment section below, as well as if you have any questions or anything you would like to see covered in this series. Also, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so I know you guys like these videos and want to see more. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.